Hi, I am Moniquederouen. I am the integrative mind body coach. And I'm going to give you a little story about how I got here. Ready? Here I go. I started out years ago as a hairdresser, very young. Before I was 20 years old, I went to hair school, and it was a beautiful career. And I learned so much. And I grew so much in that space as well. I was wearing braces. My hands were killing me. My shoulders were on fire. There were days that I couldn't put my shoulder down. I remember leaving work one day as a hairdresser, and my arm was kind of stuck like this. And I had to go to the doctor and have them actually do an injection and do a little bit of movement manipulation to get it to come down. It was literally frozen up. I was rolling perms, in the 90s, and repetitive movements, repetitive strains, right? All of this was just torn up. By the time I was 25, I was getting injections in my hands because they would go numb and they would hurt. These are the things that made me want to leave the profession, right? Having to wear certain shoes, needing to eventually get on Adderall and anxiety meds, sleep medication. I loved what I did. I loved helping people. I loved making people feel beautiful. It was so amazing for me. But what I was doing to my physical body was not for me. It was really painful. It was hurting. And there was a moment where I decided I couldn't do this anymore. I couldn't hurt myself anymore. And I really believed it was the repetitive movements and the standing on my feet all day. And then I found out there was much more going on than that. And in that space, I was able to really, really take this information in a different way and do something completely different. I learned about mind-body connection and root causes and what's actually going on under the surface. What's going on in the memories and the tissue. What's happening in my body that's creating this pain. Yes, when we do certain movements, we will feel tension. We will feel muscles being activated. That's very real. But soft tissue does repair itself in 6 weeks or less. And after years of doing these things and not having the repair, not having the relief, I realized there had to be something more. And I was willing to explore. I was willing to ask questions. I was willing to go all the way into another field that I hadn't explored yet. See, I knew all about Western medicine. I grew up on that. I knew a lot about Eastern medicine because that was kind of the next thing you do, right? You learn about acupuncturists and meridians and Chinese medicine and herbs and things like that. And I kept learning these protocols. But it seemed like each one was missing just a little bit something. Like the information was really good, but how to apply it was where the confusion really came in for me. And so I made it a very important goal to understand this, not only for myself, but to help other people. because I knew I wasn't the only one out there doing this. I had been a hairdresser for over 20 years. They all said the same thing. We were all saying the same thing. And so if it was happening to me, I bet it was happening to other people. And if we could find that common denominator, then maybe we could change it. I found the denominator. I've found the root causes. I found the way to move this. I've reversed the need for surgery on this hand. I haven't had to take medication. In years now, years. I can't even remember the last time I bought ibuprofen. I'm telling you this because if you do not want to deal with this anymore, there is a way out. There is a way to release, move, transition, right? All of this stuff. And it's so much deeper than what you can see on the surface. We can't see the unconscious. We don't know it's there. That's why it's unconscious. But I can help you. I have made it my personal mission to help other service industry professionals change the way that they do things so that their bodies don't hurt, so that they can live the life they want to live. And it's really important to me to share this because I know why we go into the service industry. Well, for me, I guess I can't speak for all humans, but we go into the service industry because we love what we do. We want to help people. We want to make them feel better. There's something about turning someone around in that chair and they are just in love with what they see. That's a big deal. That joy, that excitement, that instant gratification. It's so fun. It's so fun to create and work your own hours and do all these things. But with that comes a lot of stuff, a lot of boundaries, commitments, saying yes, saying no. Sometimes those things are hard. I can support you here. I can help you do it different. So if you're interested and you're tired of doing what you've been doing, let's talk. My clients are killing it. My hairdresser clients are killing it. They're setting goals. They're changing the way they're doing things. They're getting their bodies into alignment. They're not feeling pain, physically, mentally, or emotionally. I want to invite you to a complimentary consultation with me. 30 minutes. You can do it from your phone. Let's just talk. See if this would be a good fit. Because if it is, I have some pretty amazing opportunities coming up for you. And I'd just love to have you in my world. So let's connect. If this resonates with you at all, if you have been the service industry professional that has overgiven and people pleased, and you're on the verge of burnout, or you have burned out and you're ready to retire and quit because you're so over it, let's talk. Before you make any choices, before you change careers, before you stop everything, let's talk. I may have a way to help you. There may be an option that you just didn't think of yet. I didn't think of it either. I didn't know it was there. I didn't know that this was a possible thing. I only knew what I knew. So I was willing to ask questions and look at something completely different. And this just happened to be it. And so now that's what I help people do. So let's connect and see if this will work for you. I bet it will.